friends! For today's mental health chat, I wanted to touch on everybody's favorite subject, body image. This is not the first time that I have talked about this in my mental health chats, but funny enough, it's an ongoing issue, a never-ending journey, if you will. So lately, I would say over the past, a couple months, my mental health has not been the best it's ever been, and that has been for a multitude of reasons, but one of them has been insecurity about my body. And I think when I talked about body image before, I had talked more about my insecurity about getting older and how that's going to change how I look and what my career trajectory is, and aging is what I think I specifically spoke about. But to my recollection, and call me out if I'm wrong, I don't know that I've ever really talked about like body image in general and weight and insecurity and this like body positivity thing that we're supposed to have. I've always had a very up and down relationship with my body, especially when it comes to weight. The first time I remember grabbing my mom's thigh master to try and make my thighs skinnier was in 5th grade, which is pretty horrifying, but you know, that's the truth. And ever since then, for me, like it is the case for a lot of people, it has been an ongoing struggle, something that has been very like present in my mind in like a way that I think has been detrimental to just my happiness and my mental health for sure. I was pretty like insecure about my body through middle school and high school. I was never heavy, I just felt very flawed. It does not matter how thin or heavy you are. We are our own worst critics and we are always going to find something wrong with ourselves. In early college, when I was going through kind of the height of my depression when I was diagnosed, I had lost a lot of weight because of that, to a point that it was unhealthy. But the thing about that is a lot of times when you have lost weight for a negative reason and you start getting positive affirmations about how you look, it really messes with your mind. So it was this weird trade-off where my mental health was really low, but I was the skinniest I had ever been. I went back to a healthy weight towards the middle and end of college, and it didn't stop me from having body insecurities, but it was not unhealthy anymore. And then when I moved to Nashville when I was in my early to mid 20s, that a lot of times is where our metabolisms decide to give you the middle finger, and I ended up gaining a decent amount of weight. I made the mistake of doing one of these like meal replacement fad diety kind of things, and I lost weight, but I don't think my metabolism has been the same ever since. And from then on, for probably the last 10 years, my weight has fluctuated. I've never been 100% happy with it, with how my body looks, and it's just a major stressor for me. And it's frustrating because I feel like I do have a pretty healthy lifestyle. I exercise regularly. I love food, so that tends to be my kryptonite, but I try to like do portion control and blah, 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 blah. Like you name it, I've tried it. The thing that I've felt is that my body does not reflect the work that I try to do to make it look the way that I think it should in my head. And I think for me in particular, it's something that's really exacerbated by the fact that I am on camera. I am in photo shoots and video shoots and videos like these, and I am very fearful of getting comments saying that I don't look good or that I used to look better. So currently I am going through like all of the medical avenues to see if there's any medical reason why I'm struggling with this so much, but it may just come down to the fact that I have a shit metabolism and, you know, I'm a thick girl. I don't know. For me, it's my butt and my thighs. I have always been a very butty thigh-y gal, and I've always tried to hide it with like long tops with leggings and just trying to keep it hidden. My stylist and dear friend Peyton, who has been a huge bright spot in this whole part of my life because she has made me feel more comfortable with dressing to accentuate my good features and not try and hide them. She says that you can't diet and exercise your way to a different body type. And if my body type is just what it is, then I'm never going to be able to diet and exercise my way into being like super thin. That's just not in my future. That's not in the cards for me. So why am I telling you this? Part of it is just to let you know kind of one of the pieces of where I've been at mentally for probably the last 6 months. One of the things that has been weighing heavily on me, pun intended. But the thing that I really want to get at is how this goes with, or very much does not go with, the concept of body positivity. Now keep in mind, I am older, and when I was growing up, it was you had one ideal body type. They didn't really acknowledge other body types in the media or in magazines. You didn't see clothing models with different body types, and obviously there's still a lot of work to be done for clothing lines and just like the representation in movies, TV, to more reflect what an average woman looks like. But we have come a long way since I was a teenager, and if you didn't look like Britney Spears or Paris Hilton, then you were incorrect. And I know that that probably has a lot to do with the way that I view my body image and just the mentality that I have towards body issues. And I think that it is just so wonderful that we are now seeing a lot of women come out and say, I love myself exactly the way that I am, with all of my flaws, with all of my love handles and thick thighs. Like, they are embracing it. But I don't know if anyone else is like me, where I'm like, I don't feel that way. And now I'm in this weird place where I feel bad about where my body is, but also feel bad that I can't accept where my body is, because does that mean I don't love myself? And I truly, genuinely am so happy for anybody that is at peace with exactly where their body is at this moment. That is amazing for them. I envy that. I wish that was me, but it's very much not me. And I feel like I'm in a really weird position where, especially having a platform, I'm supposed to say that, like, I love my body for what it is, and I'm supposed to say that you should too, but I would feel like a hypocrite because that's not how I feel. I just don't feel like the move is to either be preaching body positivity or just stay silent on it until I can. I feel like the fair thing is to say, hey, this is something that I struggle with. I am trying to get to a better place with it, but it is definitely a lot of ups and downs for me. And if you're feeling the same kind of guilt that I have sometimes about not being able to be body positive, just know that you're not by yourself in that. And there are certain things that I have to remind myself of really frequently, which is that I am healthy, and that's the most important thing. And that there are a lot of things that I am grateful to my body for. I mean, obviously, this guy is what keeps me in business, so I'm very thankful to my body for that. But I do really hope that I can get to a place where I feel more comfortable with how I look. And this is just me trying to be transparent. If you are going through similar struggles, that I shot a music video a couple weeks ago, and honestly, I came very, very close to canceling it because I couldn't find an outfit that I felt like I looked okay in, and that was really discouraging. And I want you to know that I made a point to go through with the music video and know that I am probably not going to be 100% happy with how I look in it, but if I have this platform and I'm able to show you guys anything, it's that I struggle with this and I am pushing through it and making steps. And I did something that was challenging and uncomfortable for me, which was to be on camera when I wasn't feeling great about myself, and the easier route would have been to just scrap the video. Sometimes you just have to push through those insecurities. I also don't want to let my struggles get in the way of doing things that I really enjoy doing. I would love to one of these days be able to be on that body positivity train, but I'm just working towards acceptance. It's a struggle that I've had for a long time, and honestly, realistically, I'll probably have it for a long time to come. But that's just the way it is. That was a throwback song. I don't even know who did that song. Things will never be the same. Anyway, Okay, well, I don't know if this is even like a very cohesive video, but thank you for coming to my generic brand TED Talk. And just know that I love you guys. Maybe I'll update you soon on some of like the other areas of my mental health that haven't been great, but I figured we'd just stick with one at a time. That's all we're gonna be able to handle. But I do hope that you will enjoy the new song and music video coming out next month, and I will see you next time. Bye!